With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details. With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details. With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
This is Beijing Bound, the countdown to the 2022 Winter Olympic Games. I'm Michael.
I'm John.
3 more names have been confirmed to represent Team GB in Beijing. After winning the British Championships in Sheffield for a 5th time, 26-year-old Natasha McKay from Dundee has been selected in the women's singles, whilst Gibson and Lilah will compete in the ice dance, the duo setting their best ever score in the Nationals. All 3 are making their Olympic debuts, and as Lewis and Lilah told John, they're pretty excited.
I'm Lilah.
And I'm Gibson.
And we are ice dancers representing Great Britain, and we will be heading to Beijing in February to compete at the Olympics.
Yes.
Excited?
Extremely.
That's an understatement. Yes, extremely excited.
Yeah, it's kicking in now and it's feeling real, which is like, yeah, it makes me shake a little bit.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
You were at the British Championships and you won, which means that you've now been confirmed, but you'd already booked a spot for Britain. So it's a bit like you booked it, but you didn't know you were going.
Yeah.
Yes, that's definitely a weird place to be in, because I was wanting to get my hopes up because it felt like it was happening, but obviously the confirmation is what we both needed to really have that statement and to celebrate together. But there was that time in between where we were getting our hopes up and excited, but not really able to say anything yet.
Yeah, and that time in between was like a solid 7 months
Yeah.
before we could punch that ticket.
No, like 7 days.
Yeah.
And was that because of COVID, or is that just the way it always works? But you qualified.
That's how it works, because the qualification for a nation's place in the Olympics is at the World Championships the year before. So that was at the end of March for us. And then our national championships were just this weekend. So there was that time in between where we had the spot, but it wasn't our spot just yet.
Have you literally started looking through the books about Beijing and what's it going to mean and all that?
I would love to, if that's looking through the books for travel, but I think we'll be going into a bubble environment. So luckily for us, we've done a few competitions like that. So we're a little experienced in there and know what we're going into, at least in that environment. But yeah, just super excited to go to an Olympic Games and all of the extras that come with that. It's amazing. It's a once in a lifetime.
Very few people compete at the Olympics. Very few people compete for Team GB. What does it mean for you guys?
Well, when you say that, I just feel an overwhelming sense of pride inside. And I grew up skating, despite my accent, the Canadian accent, I grew up skating in England. And that was the start of my ice dance journey and skating journey. So from competing at my first national championships here in Sheffield when I was 8 years old to being here again so many years later and qualifying for the Olympics, it's just a dream come true. And I feel extremely humbled and honored.
And myself too, it's really, I think we even get an extra boost because of the heritage that ice dance has in the UK with, of course, Torvill and Dean, but many, many other British figure skaters as well. And to be the next team carrying on that legacy it's incredible.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned team there, Lewis, because you were a singles dancer and now come into ice dance. How did that come about, and how different is it?
Yeah, so I was a single skater until the end of 2015, and then I was encouraged to try ice dance because my strengths were lent more to that, and I'm so glad I gave it a go. And
Me too.
I found Lilah, and we worked so well together. And it's very different in that one requires you to learn all of these difficult jumps, but the ice dance, is so performative and so technical in comparison that honestly, I find it more challenging if I'm to be truthful about that. But it's so rewarding because it really suits my personality a lot more to be an ice dancer than a single skater. And to be going to the Olympics doing that now is like amazing.
And ice dance is a judged sport. Yes. And that brings with it some interesting equations to it. Talk us through how the judges kind of rate you and how your program, because there's two bits of your programming in ice dance, isn't there?
Yeah. So before, back in the day, it used to be the old 6.0 system, which I know that many people loved and super easy to understand. Yes. But now it's
a little more complicated now.
Yeah, a lot of different points values for each element, and the judges basically just award an element a grade of execution. So how well you do something, or also how bad you could do something. And then there's performance scores as well, which they give out of 10. So that
like interpretation and things like that.
Yeah, that part's easier to understand. And then that all collectively goes into a system and spits out a score that hopefully makes us smile.
But it's great because there's the technical side, but there's that performance aspect, like Lewis said. So it's not just the focus on what your feet are doing and not paying any attention to connecting to the music and performing for an audience. So it's really great to be able to be marked in the interpretation and the music. And I think it just allows for us to grow more as artists as well as athletes.
Am I right in saying that you've got your biggest score in the free dance at the British Championships?
Yes. That was fun.
Yeah, so I
enjoyed that.
Yeah, we got our biggest score in the free dance. And also it was the first time that we broke 200 in our overall score as well. So that was a big achievement and a milestone for us. I remember when we first broke 100. So now breaking 200
That's
is
nice.
Great.
Yeah, and it was really special that it happened here because I just think it meant more that it was here in front of a home crowd with so many family members in the audience and friends from over the years. So it's something that I'll really treasure for forever.
Yeah.
How tough will it be that they won't be in Beijing?
I was thinking about that today because we have our family here and they've been with us all day, just seeing us try on some kit and all the media we're doing. And I think it's very sad that they won't be there, but obviously I understand why. And that's the biggest priority right now. And when you put it all into perspective, it's really like the least of the worries of what's happening right now in the world. So I think the fact that there will be the live stream, that's better than nothing. And just being able to connect with them and feel their support along the way, more than just that day performing all the years beforehand, that means the world to us.
Lewis, you're Scottish, but you were US based. You can't be US based now. Now you dance with Lilah, one assumes.
Yep, I'm Scottish and we are based in Montreal, Canada. So that's where we train, and we train at the Ice Academy of Montreal, and it's many of the best teams in the world train there. And it's incredibly inspiring and motivating every day working alongside them.
So you're both based out in Montreal?
Yes.
Yeah, but
we're always together.
Yeah, we're always, yeah, he can't get rid of me. But it's been nice to be back in the UK for the last week because we were away for so long during the pandemic, and it's just so nice to come home and to feel the support here and to skate here in Sheffield and see family. So it's nice to have the balance between the two worlds in a way.
And to eat British food as well.
Yeah.
Tunnock's
tea cakes or?
Galaxy chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Chocolate, it's very different here.
Yeah.
It's actually way better.
And when I say food, I just mean chocolate.
Yeah, me too.
What happens when you or when they play the wrong music?
So that
which happened at the weekend, didn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of a surprise when we know the first note of that music like the back of our hand, and you anticipate when it's going to start and you time your movement to that. So when classical music comes on, when you're expecting like a guitar, it can throw you off. But it was kind of nice it was lighthearted and it broke the tension, I'd say. Mm-hmm. And we go out there with the goal of being prepared for anything. So that was just something to test that and to be able to stay calm and reset and get ready for the guitar when it did arrive. It was definitely a little funny.
I'm sure nothing like that will happen in Beijing. Last question for me. Lewis, you mentioned them earlier. Have you had any media interviews today without being asked about Torvill and Dean?
Probably them all, and I think that we've brought them up every
time.
Yeah,
it was us bringing it up.
Yeah, no, like honestly, they are incredible, and we have been so lucky to meet them a few times, and they've been
so really generous with their time and also advice.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing. The last time we spoke with them was really just like what they had to share and offer towards us from their experience, because whatever's happened in the world of ice dance, they've lived it for sure. Mm-hmm. And you can't get any more personal advice or experience than from
it's an amazing resource to have, and to be able to have that connection and relationship. We're very, very grateful, and I think we'll be seeking out even more advice now that we know that we're going to the Olympics. And I mean, they were Olympic champions, so I think they'll have a few things to pass on.
Well, we wish you all the best of luck. Congratulations again, and thank you so much for talking to Anything But Footy, and we'll be supporting you from afar in Beijing.
Thank you so much. It was lovely to meet you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And download our weekly Anything But Footy podcast for all the latest Olympic and Paralympic news, interviews and conversations. We're on Apple and Google Podcasts. Just search Anything But Footy.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.